Oh, you got it. No, you didn't.
He's going. I am about to deposit $1,000 into my Tradersway account so that I can start with IML Fusion. Needless to say, I am very nervous because I know nothing about trading Forex. I am new to IML. I just joined IML about less than a week ago. So I'm putting this $1,000 into Fusion so that I can kind of track my progress and how much money that I am able to make with this product. I am very hopeful, but I know that there's a risk and it's really kind of scary. So let's see how it goes. Good morning, everybody. The first video I made, this is the second video. The first video I made, I was sitting in my classroom. I'm a teacher. I was sitting in my classroom and I was getting ready to deposit $1,000 in Fusion. I joined IML about a week ago, but it's taking me, given that I work, I have children, and everything else like that, it's taken me about a week to get fully set up. So now that I was set up, the first video you saw, I was putting $1,000 into my Fusion account. Well, I put the $1,000 in, and my bank rejected the deposit. I had to call the bank, let them know it was an international transaction, but it was me. I was proving the transaction, and then they cleared it up, and I went back to redeposit the $1,000, but I had to wait a little while. So I made the deposit at around midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and Fusion did not accept the deposit right away either. It said it was going to take a couple of hours for them to process my deposit, which is okay, but I fell asleep, right? It was midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and so I woke up like this, right? It is now about almost 6 o'clock in the morning, and while I was asleep, I got an email from Fusion. So I'll show you the email. I hope you can see it. It says your account on Fusion is now connected, or is connected. That came through at 2:40 a.m. on Thursday, June 8th. So I told you it's about almost 6 o'clock. So approximately 3 hours later, it is now. So between the time that I got connected to Fusion and 3 hours later while I was asleep, I'll show you what's happening in Tradersway. This is my live account. And while I was asleep, I made $5.47. Honestly, I don't know how. I have a leverage of 1 to 200, and I don't know what the lot size was. I'll check in Fusion in just a second, but I think it defaulted to 0. I'm not even sure. I don't even know what this jargon and terminology means. I'm learning, but that was the point of Fusion, to put money in, set it and forget it while I learn. And the results so far is that in 3 hours, I've made $5.47. So I don't know what all of this means. I do know that I made money while I was sleeping, and we'll see how far that goes. Okay, everybody, hi. This is video number 3, and this one's really quick because I wanted to show you what I did inside of Fusion. So I showed you what was happening on Tradersway, and so when I got the email, I went to Fusion because I could not set a lot size before, and I think it was set to 0 as a default. I'm not sure. That's what it was when I first opened it, right? I don't even know what lot size means. I'm making this video because I am such a novice. I know of Forex. I know about what Forex is. I have for a long time, but I've never traded. So the language of lot size and all these other things, I have to learn. And so if you're like me, you're just a beginner and you wanted to put your money into Fusion, set it and forget it while you learn, I wanted to see, does that really work? Let's see. So you're seeing it along with me. So I went into Fusion and I am following Optimus Prime. And instead of having a lot size of 0 or whatever it was before when I made the $5.47, I reset it to 0.1. And so we'll see what happens today with my profit if it goes up because of resetting the lot size. All right, see you guys later on today. This is video number 4, and it is exactly 12 hours from when I first got my letter from IML Fusion saying that my Fusion account was open. So that was at 2:40 in the morning. It is now 2:51 p.m. on June 8th, and 12 hours ago I opened the Fusion account and I put $1,000 into the Fusion account. In that 12 hours I have been able to gain or earn a profit of $106.67. So the reason that you see 2,000 there is because just now when I saw how great the profit was and how great the account is doing, I went ahead and put another $1,000 in. I initially started with 1. My intention was always to have a $2,000 account, but I didn't put the whole 2 in there at once. So I started with 1,000. I had a gain of $106.67, and then I added another $1,000. So it is going really well. My goal and my purpose was to kind of demonstrate and illustrate to the newbie, to the beginner, to the person who just started with IML knowing absolutely nothing about Forex, because all of that is me, to really show that person that you can put money into Fusion, set it, forget it, and then give yourself time to learn the Forex trading process. So in 12 hours, I was able to earn $106.67 doing absolutely nothing. I'm amazed and surprised and excited for the future. So that is my $2,000 account. And I know not everybody is going to have $1,000 or $2,000 to start with, but you can start with a couple of $100, and just the percentages on that money every day. I really only expected 1%. 1% a day compounding, and I was going to let that 1% a day just stay and compound, but I am already at 10%, and it's only 12 hours later. And like I said, I'm really happy. I am convinced and would feel confident offering this opportunity to anybody who needs it and could see the benefit in having it. So yeah. Hello, this is video number 5 and the last one for today. It's about 11:40 p.m. or 11:49, about 21 hours since my Fusion account was first activated and started. And I just wanted to give a closing report for the day because I'm getting ready to go to bed. And so at the end of my day, we are at a profit of $255.57. If you remember, I started with only $1,000 in my account. The $2,000 that you see there is because I added an additional 1,000 when the account started doing really well. My intention was to have a $2,000 account, but I wanted to see how it was going to perform. So I have a profit or gain of well over 10%. When I was only expecting a 1% compounded interest daily, but the account got up to over $290 profit. But as you can see here in the profit column, there were some losses during the day. The negative numbers indicate losses, and I could scroll down, but I'm not going to do that. So it wasn't perfect. My 290 dropped down to 255, but hello, like where else can you go to get well over 10% profit earnings on your money in one day in less than 24 hours? I don't know of a place, and I'm really glad that I was introduced to IML, introduced to Forex trading, and I'm going to continue. I'll come back in about a week and let you see what the account was able to do in a week. You see what it was able to do in a day. I'm really excited to see what it can do in a week. So have a good night, and hopefully you got information that you needed. I wanted to chronicle my experience for people who say what actually happens with these accounts, because sometimes when something is introduced to you, when IML was introduced to me, the person didn't give me actual numbers. They didn't tell me their starting balance. They didn't tell me what they were able to gain. It just sounded like hype, like, yeah, this you gonna make a lot of money. I just like, okay, I needed specifics. So for the person who's like me, who wants to know specifically, what did you start with? How did that perform? And from what I understand, even if you start with a lower balance, $200, $300, and the balance, if you're gaining well over 10% on that on a daily basis, and you're compounding that, you will still be well above any other place where you could put your money. So again, I hope this video was helpful, and I'll come back in a week and see you in a week. Hello everyone. I know I told you that I would see you in a week, but I'm actually going to make video number 6 right now. My first 24 hours was on a Thursday, and I only had about 12 more hours, a half a day, before the market closed for the weekend. So in about 38 hours, I was able to turn $2,000 into $2,578.39. It was actually much more than that. I got to over $2,600, possibly close to $2,700, but there were some losses. You win some trades, you lose some trades. And so I'm at exactly $2,578.39. That is a $578.39 profit in 38 hours. So I was able to take my initial deposit and increase that initial deposit by 30% in 38 hours. That's crazy. That's insane. I've never done that before. I have stock market accounts. It just does not grow that fast any other place that I have my money. So I wanted to show you one other thing too. I saw a video, and the gentleman was talking about how he thinks that this is a scam, and how you can change the numbers and everything on these pages very easily, just like you would be changing a Photoshop or something like that. So, and he said if they're ever doing these videos, ask them to refresh the page so that you can make sure that it's real. So I'm going to click through this thing You see the same information, live account, same balance. I'm going to even refresh the page at the top here. Takes you right back to the same place with the same information. Close that out. Same me, same money. I'll even refresh it one more time for you. Same thing. Nothing changes. Nothing's different. I didn't make this up. I did not make this up. So at the end of my 38 hours, I am going to go to bed extremely happy and looking forward to next week. Good night.